Hello, Hannah. Soul Dr. Nick here, and I want to talk a little bit more about dependence, interdependence, codependence right now. I feel that as I am now, it's funny, most people won't realize this, developing even more of a sense of self now. And the sense of self really comes out not with the wider Ohana or people who just meet me. Rather, I'm strengthening it in relation to my own biological family, the ones that gave birth to me, and the ones that I've chosen now and have created a family with, because those are the ones I spend the most time with. And in those relationships, that's the place where I can lose my sense of self the most, actually, because I will go back to the old patterning of being a child. And instead of saying, hey, I would love your blessing to do this, I'll be asking my beloved for her permission. And that's part of the schooling system, right? You create this loss of sense of self so that you can be part of the herd, and therefore all aiming towards the same thing, being cogs in the machine. Not bad, but I can understand how it worked. And now, as I'm creating my sense of self, having an even deeper sense of interdependence, because I realize I can now actually truly create interdependence because I know my sense of self amongst it. And that's what I'm also teaching. And so I'll often say that during the breaths. Please don't listen to my words as if it's the truth. I'm planting little seeds for them to sprout in whoever it needs to sprout in. And you actually get to choose which seeds to take in. And in that way, then you know your sense of self, but you also know the interdependence of it. You're coming to this for guidance, and you're coming to this for growth, and concentrated growth too, right? It's like stepping into the sunshine and saying, I'm going to step into concentrated warmth and light. And I love that, because then you can have this profound shift in a shorter period of time in terms of the overall time that we feel. One of the things that I'm realizing when you actually feel truly interdependent and have your sense of self is that time can dilate. And with this interdependence, there's not that desire or rush to scream and run away and hoard everything, because no matter what, we're going to be interdependent. Even if there's a collapse in societal norms, how long could you live with the freeze-dried food, with the self-generators, with all the stuff yourself? Even notwithstanding people attacking you because of all the hoarding, let's say everyone else does their own thing as well. There's that piece that soon you're going to run out. Soon you're going to run out, not first of the stuff if you've hoarded a lot, but the joy of the interdependence, of the connections. And so how do we foster that now? And I love that some people I invest in businesses that I care about, because if everything breaks down, they'll still remember that investment as that connection from person to person, not this faceless investment into the stock market or something else like that. And from that, we'll still have a relationship, even if the external structures for relationships break down. And that's what my beloved is doing with the farmer's market. We're doing with the Friendly Forest School. We're doing even with the people through the breath or through the deep dives and the soul immersions, is we're creating these relationships which really transcend space and time and remind us we were souls before this world coming into here to play this world together. And I'm going to get into some other things, so I want to jump into some other things now, but interdependence. And even if you're feeling codependent, the trick isn't to leave it right away. It's how do you actually get support to find your sense of self again? And most likely, you're going to want to look for that outside of your current codependent relationship. You can't imagine that they would want that to change as well. They become codependent as well, even if they're the ones that you're thinking is controlling you. Who would they be without having you to control? So, find your own sense of self, nourish it, nurture it. And in the midst of finding it, don't let your ego fool you to say, now I don't need anyone else. Ciao for now.